What is next on the rundown there, boss?
You want to do our picks?
Yeah.
So
This is
let's start with we'll do a pick to win, and then I don't know if you guys did other little prop things or have something like that. I got one or two of
I
those as
have,
well.
so yeah, I've got somebody to win. I have a 2-leg parlay, and then I want to do one where I'll do it live right here while we're recording. You each give me a leg, and we'll put it in together.
All right, I'm gonna let this roll. I had to do this
Ooh.
one ahead of time here. Let me see. The signs with TJ. You may have seen the signs with Jersey Jerry. Well, we got a twist on it today. I'm making my pick for the U.S. Open with the signs. We're here today with the Basic Bogeys U.S. Open preview show. Basic Bogeys podcast, episode 66. 66 is the sign. Route 66. No, that doesn't run to Pittsburgh. Maybe Order 66? No. 666. The devil. The devil is the sign. The New Jersey Devils. No, Hurricanes knocked them out. Different devil. Duke Blue Devils. They didn't win a championship. Different devil, a collegiate devil. The Sun Devils of Arizona State. Arizona State is the sign. Who went to Arizona State? Phil Mickelson went to Arizona State. He can't win the U.S. Open. Who else went to James Harden? James Harden went there with the beard. The beard is the sign. But he can't win. Arizona State. The devil, the Sun Devil, golfer, John Rahm,
There it
the
is.
Spaniard, wearing the red to win the U.S. Open at plus 1,200. Lock it in. The signs.
I need that done. First of all, phenomenal job. I like the little throw. When TJ gets into something, when he's got a vision and he actually gets into it, it's fucking hilarious. That needs to happen. I don't care if you write it out
That's good
beforehand.
shit.
I need that live. I need that done while we're recording. That is phenomenal.
I kept kind of adding to it. Like, I knew I wanted to pick John Rahm just after, the PGA Championship. I knew he actually had a shot at winning this. He's good at playing. Just that short abbreviated swing is great out of the rough, stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, it's episode 66. I was like, oh, order 66. And then it kind of just started to
This fucking guy.
to all come together there. And then obviously Arizona State, James Harden was in addition like yesterday. I was like, oh, I got to get the beard in there. That'll be a good little.
Yeah,
but
that's good. Sure, I'm sure you didn't. You should have done something about a club foot.
Next time.
There you go.
Next time on the side.
So your pick is John Rahm to win it?
John Rahm to win it.
John Rahm to win it.
Okay.
No.
That's great.
No. I think he's going to flame out again, pun intended. I think the live curse lives on. I think that he's going to be doing well, and then, exactly. I think he's going to implode. Didn't mean to shit all over your pick.
Fine. He did it
here's
last
my question.
time.
Are you picking John Rahm because you like that number and what you can win if he wins, or you actually think that he's going to win?
I see. That's the thing is like, obviously Scotty has a shot, but the odds on Scotty are it's like plus 240 or something like that. So it's like,
right.
It's not. There's no
Scotty
point. You know what I mean?
Win is plus 275.
Yeah, it's. But I don't think genre. I did a ladder with it too to win top 5, top 10. And it's obviously finishes top 10. It pays back what it put in, units wise. Yeah. So, but I think he's up there. I think for somebody that was just there in the mix, obviously he blew up the last few holes of the PGA Championship, but he was there. So to be at that plus 1,200.
Objectively, I got to say I agree with you. This fits him well. If, which it doesn't take much. He's been, he's been sharp. We can talk shit all we want about his majors and his meltdowns. I saw a stat the other day. I like the way it was presented. He's finished top 10 in every live event he's played. And then somebody commented, it's like, yeah, I won every dodgeball match that I coached in kindergarten, that kind of thing, which is not an apt. You do have to stay sharp to play that good, that long, which I think is just not keeping him sharp enough. Who knows? Maybe he'll get over the mental hump, but he's a big bomber. He can muscle it out of the rough within a certain reasonable amount, which that's going to be a difference maker here with some of these guys. We saw this with Bryson at Winged Foot when he decided to go bomber ball. He wasn't able to just take the rough. Wasn't all of a sudden insignificant, But the difference is just the difference between 180 out of the rough and $120 out of the rough. You can do something with a $120.
Yeah.
With a $180, you're just trying to get to a $120 back in the fairway. So
right.
I don't hate the pick at all. And he's also a freaking magician around the greens, and that's going to be that X factor is who can scramble their ass off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My pick for winner, I wanted to go a little bit out of left field here.
Like hold on, are we talking about like Dustin Johnson to win the Masters left field?
No, shut up.
No.
I'm gonna go Colin Morikawa. I don't think it's a bad pick. He's been playing decently enough to like. I don't think it's a bad pick for your money if like you're gonna throw a couple bucks down, on somebody other than Scotty. I think this course kind of plays to Colin's strengths as long as he's, playing within, as long as the field of 6 inches here and up top is clear. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a little sneaky one. I don't know. Just want to step outside the box of the normal Scotty or Bryson.
Where is he on the odds?
Does somebody have a smoke alarm going off?
I think that's Gary.
Oh, it might be the neighbors like in the hallway.
Bastards. Scotty, wait, where is
Mark?
Rory's plus 300 to miss the cut. Sorry, we're not on props.
That was going to be my prop. Was Rory to miss the cut.
That's actually some pretty solid cheddar right there. Colin
to win it is plus 2,500.
I don't know what kind of horsepower he's got. I mean, if he can hit it long enough, he's straight as an arrow.
Right.
He's a ball striker. I think he's kind of mechanical, and I think maybe I'm just stereotyping. But I don't know about what his magicianry is going to be like around the greens, but he's a 2-time major champion. I can't disagree with the pick. He's got the pedigree for it, and he's been playing really good. I think he's been flying under the radar all year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a popular pick back at Augusta. And I think PGA. So he's been up there. I like that Colin Morikawa.
I just wonder, we like the last major, we just had that TikTok blow up with us absolutely bashing him.
I know.
And people trying to defend him, and here we are.
People were coming after Bob. They're like, get this fucking guy. They're like, you don't fucking know shit.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
How many majors do you have? None. Just like you, asshole. Shut up.
Yeah, right.
By the way, it's an opinion and it's objective, and it was like clearly backed with facts. Now, part 2 of this, Rory has entered the chat, and I like this because Rory came out, and he completed the thought. Colin just said the thing and let it hang.
Mm-hmm.
Rory completed the thought. He was like, yeah, I was pissed off the week of the PGA. I wasn't playing good. The driver information leaked. One night we finished really late and I wanted to get home to say goodnight to my kid. Fair. You get one of those a tournament. Otherwise, get it together.
Sure.
No, and then he said, and then of course the way it ended, I just wanted to get out of there and as far away as I could. Okay, cool. I can see all that. Okay, you still have my attention. He didn't say I don't owe you anything, but what he said was, it's not mandatory. If you want to make it mandatory, and then we can talk, but it's not mandatory. That's why I didn't talk to you. And then he kind of just let it there. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I agree. I think now careful, because I do think that Jay Moynihan went, all right, fine. Top 10 must check in with the press tent, maybe top 5. They do forget sometimes. I think that kind of that blurred vision of not entitlement, because when you're Rory McIlroy, you are entitled to do kind of whatever the hell you want at this point. You've given to the game, you're good to go, and now all you have left is how you conduct yourself. And I think he handled that one brilliantly. Not like Colin, I don't owe you anything, Morikawa. All of the purses, all of the growth is because us knuckleheads out here, are placing bets and doing podcasts and watching and commenting. So yeah, you do owe us. He might have been like, I don't owe you humans, you individuals, because you like to talk shit about me and write about me and this, that, and the other. But whatever the case, you didn't clean it up. You left it out there. And by trying to be above it and act above it, you just I think he came across as a unaware guy. I think my quote was, he's becoming unlikable.
Yeah.
And Rory, that's not, to me, I don't think that's as unlikable. I think he definitely kind of was matter of fact. Shane Lowry was matter of fact. Sometimes I just need a breather before we talk.
I can see the TikTok comments now. You're unlikable.
Which,
Yeah,
based
very
off
much
of the comments, we do got to give a little shout out to Southpaw111 that called us out about some idiots that talk about golf on a podcast, and we promised them a shout out.
Oh yeah,
So-
that guy can suck my ass.
What
Shout
did
out
he
to you,
say?
babe. He said something because our TJ reposted for my birthday. He reposted the video that we had of me being, just a grumpy old man in the cart about,
The nips, your hard nips.
yeah. And he's
love
like,
that
I
video.
bet you. He goes, I bet you these idiots have a podcast too. And TJ goes, oh my god, thanks so much for listening. We'll make sure to give you a shout out. So guess what? Sit on this and rotate, buddy. Fuck you.
At this buds for you. It's FORE. I don't want you to misspell it when you go follow me on Instagram.
Literally, I just, it was so funny. Not to get sidetracked, but we had this time around. I feel like there was a lot more. There was a lot more animosity towards. Like I got called a pussy. It
was like
some guy who's like a personal trainer called me. What he said, he goes, "Yeah, it's gonna hurt when you don't work out once every 6 months." And I was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up."
90% of these comments are bot farms, anyways, and the
I know.
10% are that are humans are the 10% of low lifes that are making these comments. I love
Dude, it's
it.
so
I
funny.
think feed me. I was built. Hold on. I was built to be an internet troll, to take it and dish it out. So at
yeah.
this buds for you, FORE, taking all incoming. There's really not a whole lot you can say.
Pause.
So clip that, put it out there because
Yeah, I know. It's just funny.
because honestly, it makes me laugh. I used to teach U.S. civics to 7th graders. So I used to teach government to teenagers. It was hilarious. And I would say that's about the same level of rationale you get online. Again, the guy
100%.
going to be like, how many major victories do you have? Shut the fuck up. It's not, there is no precursor to have an opinion. Thanks for watching at this bud for you. But the fact that you're going to come on here and then spend that energy, just put good energy out there. I know,
and that's the thing.
Chirping.
Yeah, but make it like a good chirp. There were a couple ones. One of the guys, I can't remember his name, but he was like, 2 T's in the hat is wild. And I like laughed because I was like,
Did you see?
That's good. That's very good.
But
That
then
makes me
a
giggle.
follow-up that was like a company that like has this clip that goes
It's
on
a
your
T
head.
clip. And I was, TJ's like, get him on the pod, let's go.
Seriously.
There's like, if you're gonna take your time to chirp somebody else for doing what they like to do, like at least make it funny and like tasteful. I got one where like, oh, this guy's just a pussy, or this pussy's like 29. I'm like, first of all, sir, I'm 34, and second of all, fuck you. I don't know. Like, what the hell?
What a mundane thing to pick out. All right, speaking of picks, I'm gonna be that guy. I think Scotty's gonna win. I'm not gonna put money there because, like you said, there's no. Yeah, exactly. I think Scotty's going to win just because I do think he's playing that good right now, and I think over the course of 4 days he's not going to stumble as much as the other people are, and he will find his footing a lot faster. And he's kind of like Usain Bolt. You know how Usain Bolt used to just, once he hit the 40, 45 meter mark, then you just saw him to start legitimately pull away to where he can turn and smile.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, flash that grin. Scotty's going to do that at this week, but that fucking I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. I'm not going there. I don't want to get canceled. Shane Lowry is where I'm putting my love for a legitimate. He's been floating around the top of these leaderboards recently. He's a major winner himself. He seems to peak in the summertime. At what is he, plus 4,600? I think that's where I'm kind of like, you have my attention. I think that's a good way to kind of
maybe a little foreshadowing
there.
of the Open coming up too. He might
back at Portrush. Yeah, I'm leery of that because I think that's one of those things outside of Augusta National. It's hard to go back to like Pebble Beach 10 years later and win again, or Pinehurst 7 years later and win again. Although Matty Fitzpatrick did it with his U.S. Amateur and U.S. Open. But that's my point. Those instances are so unique and rare. But who knows? But yeah, Shane Lowry this week. That's what there's your boring pick for a winner to kind of make some money. Scotty Scheffler, is actually going to win this thing, and Turbo 911 can suck it, or whoever that person.
I think I will say this, if anyone's going to be under par, it's going to be Scotty.
Has to be.
I think it's like if he's over par, then it's going to open it up for quite a few other names. But if he's able to just stay 1 under, 2 under, he's gonna run away with it. But
I think the only other one that I think would keep it close under par would be Bryson if he's hot with hitting, if he's out of the rough.
Yeah.
Not that he's not a bad rough player, but if he can.
The thing is, I still think he struggles so much around the greens, and with the greens running that fast, it's scrambling is where he's going to struggle.
Yeah. I have a fun little top 10 that it's actually
do you?
2 of them. Yeah, you ready for this? I have Tommy Fleetwood as the top 10, which is only plus 240. And I also picked him, I put $1 on him for top 5 because it's only plus 500. I feel like if anybody was going to do it out of like if I was going to draw names out of a hat of a bunch of sneaky players to do it, I'd be happy with that pick.
Yeah. He's good at finishing at the top and not winning. Like that's just kind of what he does.
Exactly.
But my I got 2 little props. My little ladder pick, the top 30, top 20, top 10. I'm going Tony Finau. So same type of thing with it doing as the ladder. If you hit the top 30, it pays out playing 1 unit on each type of thing. But I think he's someone, kind of like Rahm that can just hack it out of this rough and avoid the big numbers. He's going to make bogeys, but trying to limit those doubles and certainly the triples for sure.
Sure.
It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but because of the way he's been playing recently, Ben Griffin, top 5.
Ooh.
I think this is where he won twice. He won at Zurich, and then he won recently again. I think he makes a run, and then he's there on Sunday, and he's just kind of hovering around. I don't think he's going to charge up on Sunday. I think he's actually going to be, prominent throughout the week, and then just kind of fade off as the cream rises to the top, and we have a showdown of Bryson and Scotty going mano a mano
to the top.
The cream.
I think this is going to set up well where somebody is going to shoot in the 60s on Sunday and sneak up into like a top 5, top 10 pretty easily.
We saw Harris English do it at the PGA out of nowhere where it's like, wait, who finished runner-up? Harris English? It's like, yeah, he shot like 65 or 66 on Sunday. And with Johnny Miller's 63 at Oakmont being kind of the pinnacle of golf, everything, that's like one of those rounds. It's Jack in 86, Johnny Miller here with his 63, Tiger, Tiger basically everywhere at Pebble Beach. But I could see Scotty doing something like that on Sunday for one of those dramatic, 63s. Although his MO recently has not been that. It's been, I got a 4-shot lead and I don't need it. So I hear what you're saying, though. I do think that we're going to see somebody have magic somewhere that we're going to look back and be like, damn, that was almost as impressive as the win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone that gets out early in the day and, can post that number.
Pressure's a little lower. I'm just trying to increase my paycheck. Maybe I'm thinking of this in little games of 3, like how many birdies can I make in the first 6 holes? Or, if I do this, that these guys start doing those kind of side games to just keep themselves motivated if they're that far out of it. And that's when you look up and go, damn, I shot 65 on Sunday at a U.S. Open when the course average was 74 or something like that.
Just going back a little bit too, I think, like Gary was saying with Bryson, obviously he's someone that when he misses far offline, but I think that's almost the benefit because you get into that rough that's trampled down way off. Yep. It can almost play much better. And he's someone that's going to be aggressive with these lines, but it's kind of a benefit this week. It's just he's got to hit the green because if he's hitting these little chips out of that rough right around just green side, that's where he's going to struggle. But
I'm going to do it.
It's another little mix. My other
I like that thought, but whoever said it earlier about Bryson's short game Achilles heel, I still think that rings true. But that made me think of something just now.
Yeah, I did see. I one other bet. It's actually for Phil Mickelson to make the cut. He's plus, I think it was plus 150 or something.
Wow.
Which he was taught just last week here at Live. And again, he's good at avoiding the big numbers. Obviously he's played there twice, would be.
Oh God,
right?
Yeah, I think he's probably
US Opens
played
at least.
94, 2007, and then when DJ in 2016. So he's played at least 3.
Just to make the
I have
cut.
a
Simple little
fun-
bet there, you know.
Well,
I have
that's
a
actually
fun
that's the
little-
one I just put $1 on him to win the whole thing at plus 300,000 or whatever the fuck it is.
Mickelson.
Yeah, I have
literally-
one.
For the same
Uh,
reasons.
I put $2 on Bryson DeChambeau to have an eagle in round number
2
1
units.
at plus 1,600.
2 units.
2 units. Units. The size.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
I put 2 United States
But 2 units in your mom.
currency. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Dad. Yeah. Bryson to make an eagle in round 1. Plus 1,600. 2 units to win 34 units.
That's not bad. I like that.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.